Hi, my name is Jeremy Stephenson, and I'm here to talk to you today about the ever-growing fuel prices that Americans are facing at the pump. Did you know that oil prices are at an all-time high since September of 2008? They have jumped 33 cents a gallon in just the last 2 weeks alone. So the question becomes, should we as Americans and our government utilize the oil reserves that are out there that we have put in place in case of such crises? And I, as a consumer who is paying for this high gas at the pumps, and you also as a consumer that is paying, are an expert to judge this, and I think that we need to tap and utilize these resources. The oil reserves were created by President Richard Nixon in the 1970s during the first major oil crisis that the United States faced. And President Nixon created these because he knew that the Americans would have to become a time when they would have to depend on their own resources, and that foreign oil might and could become obsolete. The oil reserves hold about 725 billion gallons and barrels of oil. That is enough that could last the United States for 75 straight days if it had to. Presidents have tapped these in the past. The first time they were tapped recently was during the first Iraqi war and during Hurricane Katrina. And both times these were tapped, and this decision was made by our presidents to help offset some of the skyrocketing prices that were happening at the pumps. And according to New York Times, utilizing the oil reserves in America may need to happen soon to help moderate and level out some of these skyrocketing prices that we're facing. There is some opposition to this. Jazz Shaw of CSNBC said it would be better to top them off and not use them while there still is foreign oil out there for us to buy and to use, even if we are paying an outrageous amount for that. But by doing this, the foreign countries are holding American drivers hostages to having to pay $4 a gallon, and it is pushing everything up from our food that we use and eat and consume to traveling to gas prices. Now I want you to take a look at this chart. Now this chart shows that an average gallon of gas in 2009 was $2.30 a gallon. Now let's go over here and look at this chart in 2011 of January, and you see a steady growth all the way up, and that is an astounding 63% increase in just 2 years, with no end in sight at all. With all the turmoil happening overseas, things like earthquakes, the war in Libya that's going on, tsunamis in Japan, these prices are just going to go up. Newsweek magazine predicts that consumers will be paying $4 a gallon by July of 2011. And this will affect everything from family vacations to businesses having to pay extra for restaurants for food costs, because it costs money. It's going to cost more to ship these goods. It's going to cost more to get these products on the shelves. Okay, the average American right now, they just see it as they're paying this great price at the pump. But wait till that average person has to go to the store and pay $6 for a gallon of milk because it costs so much to get that milk on the shelf. Now remember, we don't have to stand and we don't have to settle for $4 a gallon gas. We have a voice. We need to let that voice be heard. We need to utilize our resources, and we need to do it fast. Obama, save us at the pump.